Among all the things that ChatGPT can do, one of them that you can use it for is analyzing your data. Did you know you can use ChatGPT to analyze your data? And I believe a lot of people know ChatGPT now. It can serve multiple purposes. You can use it to ask any question that you want to get answers. It can write research papers for you. It does a whole lot of things. But for the purposes of this video, I want to show you how you can analyze your data using ChatGPT. And for those who do not have the ChatGPT account, you can download the app from Play Store. You can also use the desktop version. Now, what I'm using is the desktop version. So you log into the website as you see up there. Then once you are at this site, you go to login, then you go to API platform. Now, once you click on API platform, it will take you to another page. So this is where you can create an account. So if you don't have an account, you just click on sign up and then you enter your email address. Then you go through all the processes and create an account. Now, once you create an account, then you log in. Now, right now, I've already logged in. And when you log in, this is the interface that you will see. And this is the normal ChatGPT interface. But we will not be using this interface. Now, ChatGPT also have other built-in AIs that you can use. And the one that we will be using, for you to know the various AIs that have been built into ChatGPT or embedded into ChatGPT, from the desktop interface, just go to Explore GPTs. Now, once you click on Explore GPTs, you see a whole other AIs which you can use to serve several purposes. This one's video AI, which can generate video for marketing. You have a whole lot of AIs, and the one that we will be using is Data Analyst. So you click on Data Analyst. Now, once you click on Data Analyst, you start a chat. So now we are at the Data Analyst interface. And before we continue with the analysis, I want to show you the data that we'll be using and a course that we have for you. I'll be doing a 4-week course using R programming. So this is a course that will teach you how to use R for data analysis, and we will go through a whole lot. And this is one course that you can sign up for, and you can go to our page in Rema Metrics Learning Center Facebook, and you will see the link and you can be part of this online course. And as you can see, the rate is the cheapest that you can. So this is the data that we will be using. And if you see the Excel sheet, we have the data. The first one is infant ID. These are the IDs for children that were born. Now you see we have gestation period, we have birth weight. Now the gestation period was measured in weeks. Then the birth weight is in grams. That's why you see that it's such a huge number, 1,895. These are measured in grams. And if you convert to kilograms, then you have 1.895 kilograms. Now, so we want to feed this data set into Data Analyst and ask a few questions. Now, if you know anything about data analysis, if you have a data you must know the type of data that you have, and you must know what it can do. Now, with this data set, you can see that the birth weight is discrete while the gestation period is continuous, but they are all quantitative data. And for quantitative data, what you can do is that with this data set, you can check the mean, the median, the standard deviation range, and a host of other measures of central tendencies. Now, also with this data set, you can explore your data. You can check to find out the correlation between gestation period and birth weight. And you can also do a histogram or a box plot to know the distribution of the data. So let's assume that we don't know anything about the data and what kind of analysis it can do. We want to use data analyst to help us or guide us. So what you do is that you click on this plus sign, and then you say upload from computer. So we go to our desktop and pick our Excel data from there. Now we have uploaded our Excel data, and let's try to ask some few questions. So the first thing I want to ask is, give me a short description of the data set. So let's see the results that it will give to us. So as you can see, it says here's a quick summary of data set. You have rows 17, 3 columns, and that's correct, that we have 3 variables and then 17 rows or observation, and that's quite intuitive. Now it's prompting us that let me know if you want to explore anything specific. And interestingly, it has also told us the data type that we are using. It says the infant ID is integer, gestation period is float, and then the birth weight is also integer. So if you know anything about Excel, R or Python, these are some of the data types that it will give you. So now, once we have a glimpse of the data, what we also want to ask it to do for us is we want to say, give me a summary statistics of gestation period and birth weight, because that is the one that we are interested. We can't ask for the infant ID because they are just ID that have been assigned. So the one that we are interested in is the gestation period and the birth weight, and we are asking for a descriptive statistics or summary statistics. So interesting. Now, even though we did not tell the data analyst how our variables were measured, but it has been intelligent enough to know that the gestation period was measured in weeks, and then the birth weight was measured in grams. So it says that the mean birth week is 38.36. The standard deviation, we have the 25th percentile, and so on and so forth. That's quite good. And also the mean weight is 2 2,902 grams. That's about 2.9 kilograms. That is quite interesting. Then now, as I said, with this type of data, you cannot do a pie chart or bar chart with this because they are not categorical data. So let's just ask, can we do a bar graph on the gestation period? We just want to find out what it will say. So we want to know what response it will give us. Now, interestingly, it has given us a chart, but then, as you know, we have about 17, and this does not mean anything. And that is why sometimes if you are using some of these AI, you must be able to have some theoretical understanding, even though it has given us a bar chart. But for some of this type of data, because let's assume we had about 100 children, then how do you do that? So what we can do is that we need to do a box plot or a histogram. So let's say, give me a histogram of birth weight and gestation period. And that is, we want to know the distribution of our data. So as you can see, this is the histogram, and this is how it has plotted the histogram for us. And you can see that it's not normally distributed. So let's ask it to give us a short description of the chart. Can you give us a short description of the chart? So let's see what it has to say. It says that the distribution showed that most infants have gestation period between 37 and 41 weeks. So if you go back to the chart, and that is what you see, because as you can see, the tallest bar is showing where most of the birth week is. So 37 to 4, that's why they are the tallest bars. So most children are born within the 37 to 41 weeks. And it says for histogram of the birth weight, it says 2,600 grams to 3,345 grams, and that is why that also have the tallest bar. So most of the children have that birth weight, and the distribution appears slightly skewed to the left, with majority of it consent. Yes, so as I said, the data is not normally distributed. You see that it is skewed. Then let's ask it for one test. So give us a correlation test between gestation period and birth weight. So let's see. We want to know what's the correlation between. Wow, so it has calculated the correlation for us and says that the correlation is 0.82, And it has also given us some interpretations that there's a strong correlation between gestation period and birth weight. So how long it takes a woman to give birth also affect the weight of the child. That's what it's trying to tell us. And it says as the gestation period increases, birth weight tends to increase as well. Exactly so. So that is what we are seeing now. So it says, if you like, can we visualize in relation with the scatter plot or perform a regression analysis to explore? So as you can see, it is even prompting us some of the things that we can do. So let's see the scatter plot and see. Yes, give us a scatter plot. And we want to test with the scatter plot and see. Wow. So as you can see from this scatter plot, it shows that linear relationship. Clearly, as you can see, it has given us the plot, and that's quite intuitive. So as gestation period increases, we see that the birth weight also increases accordingly. And that is what the scatter plot is telling us. So you can try using data analyst in ChatGPT to analyze your own set of data. Thank you for watching.